Good morning, guys. Richard here, and we are back today with another daily sports vlog. We got some racing news today. We got some baseball news today. We have my NFC South predictions today. Oh, let's see. What else we got? Oh, we got news about Usain Bolt today, making some very, very high claims about his world records. And then later on today, after this daily sports vlog goes up, we will be starting 3 new fantasy sports series. Today we will be starting off with our fantasy football team. We will be having a weekly episode of that today will be coming out, but from now on after this week will be coming out every Wednesday night before Thursday kickoff. I have an amazing fantasy team this year. I just did my draft last night, and I am excited to show you guys everything about it. And I am looking forward to another year of winning my fantasy league, as this team is much better than my team last year. So, we will also be doing basketball and hockey later on next week. I will be doing the drafts this weekend, and I will be setting up to do a daily show for each fantasy, basketball, and hockey, as those will be daily leagues on ESPN. So let's jump right into it. First, we've got baseball news today. Giancarlo Stanton last night hit his 53rd home run. 53rd. He is going after all sorts of records this year. I very much look forward to seeing him hit 60 home runs. I think he's going to do it. I think he'll probably end up somewhere around 65. Maybe now, actually. He's only got like 3 weeks left. No, he'll probably get close to 60 with, I want to say, 125 RBIs to be safe. But yeah. Oh, and also his last home run, he's breaking things in the stadium. He's hit the Marlin, he's hit walls, he hit a window a couple weeks ago. Last night he dented one of the cameras in right field. Put a giant dent in it. And luckily the camera was still working, but it's got a giant dent in the front of it. Anyway, moving on. Oh, basketball news today. The Houston Rockets have been sold to Houston billionaire and co-founder of the Houston Texans, Mr. Tillman Fertitta. Bought the team this week from Leslie Alexander for $2.2 billion. Fertitta also made it a bid at the team in 1993, originally shortly after he helped with the Houston Texans, when he made an offer of $81 million, but the team was then sold to Leslie Alexander, who made an offer of $85 million. Of course, the next year they won the title after Alexander bought the team, and the Rockets shot up in value. It's amazing. In 25 years ago, Alexander bought it for $85 million, and turns around and makes a $2.1 billion profit. That's a heck of an investment. Hats off to you, Alexander, and good luck, Mr. Fertitta, with the Houston Rockets. And he did say that he is planning to keep the team in Houston. They will not be moving anywhere. I think that's a good choice. All right, guys. Let's head into some Usain Bolt news. Today, or yesterday, he was asked about his world records, and he responded in that he thinks his world records will stand for the next 15 to 20 years because the best runners of our generation, Usain Bolt, Gatlin, and all those other guys, all came at the same time, and Bolt was on top of the class. So, until the next generation, 15, 20 years down the line, really comes in, Usain Bolt says his records will stand. I think they will stand for at least the next couple of Olympics, because there doesn't seem to be anybody in contention to even catch him. Do I think they could last 15 to 20 years? Yes, I do. As I do agree with him in the sight that most of the runners of this generation are about Usain Bolt's age, at least the best ones. So, yeah, it could be 15 to 20 years before some of his records are broken. All right, now we'll move on to some racing news. I don't know about you guys, but I am a fan. You can actually see on my shirt right here. NHRA, drag racing. I'm a huge fan. It's great to watch. Those cars are massive. They are huge. 10,000 horsepower in those cars. I've seen them hit 330 miles per hour in a quarter mile. That's nuts. Anyway, their playoffs are starting, I believe, 2 weeks from now. They just had their last regular season race for all pro formats in Indianapolis this weekend. And the playoffs are set. And I'm looking forward to watching the last 6 races ending up in Pomona, which I will be going to in 6 weeks, back in Pomona, California, their home track where they started the season. It's where they'll finish the season and where they will crown the champions. But, it's looking very, very, very good. And I look forward to watching those playoffs on FS1. Make sure you guys tune in 2 weeks and make sure you watch because it is going to be crazy fun. All right. Now, we will move on to my fantasy predictions. No, take that back. My fantasy predictions. What am I talking about? My NFC South predictions. Of course, we've got last year's NFC champions, the Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, led by Mr. Drew Brees, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by Jameis Winston, and the Carolina Panthers, led by Mr. Cam Newton. Now, this is another really hard division. I find that there's the teams, the way the divisions are divided up right now, just based on who is where from a player standpoint, they are much tighter than in the AFC. So, I do have Atlanta winning the division this year, going 12-4. I have them taking one of the 2 byes, along with the Green Bay Packers. I have them going 1-2, and I'll make the rest of my playoff predictions Wednesday night. No, I take that back. I'll take making them Thursday morning. I have New Orleans finishing last this year in the division. I have them going 8-8. I have Tampa Bay finishing 3rd at 9-7. And I have Carolina finishing 2nd at 10-6 and competing for the wild card. So, yeah, Atlanta's going to rock this division again this year. Their team is just too good with Ryan and Freeman and Jones and that stout defense. Their tight ends are good. Oh, man, they have a really good team. I look forward to seeing them back in the playoffs, and I do think they will have a shot at another Super Bowl. I don't know yet, but the way it looks now, they're going to be one of the NFC favorites going into this season. So, that is going to be it today, guys. Once again, I have the Atlanta Falcons winning the division this year and moving on to the playoffs, and I have Carolina taking it in the 2nd spot and fighting for that 5 or 6 seed. All right, guys. Later on today, I'm going to be posting my fantasy football video where I'll be announcing my team for this year. All right, guys. This is Richard. Please smash a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Please let me know in the comments if there's any other things you want me to talk about, and I will make sure I read them and get to those topics as we move on. All right, guys. I will see you later today. This is Richard, signing off.